All right, everybody. It is another episode of Benching and Bullshitting with myself, Jimmy Kolb, and I have no off-camera Kate tonight. It's just me. I've got Walter sitting right here next to me, so he will be silently joining us as well. Episode 31, I'm pretty sure, Benching and Bullshitting. I'm on here just to answer some questions, talk bench, talk competing, talk training, whatever you guys want to talk about. I have to come on here and just start running my mouth and talking and whatever. And but if anybody at any time has a question, that's why I like coming on here, is to, of course, share as much knowledge as I possibly can. Per usual, the YouTube lighting is terrible, and I apologize for that. Hopefully, the information's good enough to negate the lighting there. You guys have good lighting, though. I don't know what the difference is between a phone and a laptop. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, what we got going on here? Someone just asked earlier when the next competition was, and 2 weeks from today, not quite to the hour, 8 p.m. So next 2 weeks from today, Sunday, of the Arnold at noon, I am doing the last man standing, and that's our next competition. Coach Ginger says, "What's the best variation bench that you would recommend?" Reverse grip bench. Read the t-shirt right here, guys. RGBP. It's ironic I'm wearing the t-shirt tonight. Reverse grip bench press. Right there. That absolutely was a game-changing, life-changing event, learning how to reverse grip bench, or a reverse grip bench variation that I can actually do. I can't do the full, like Anthony Clark supination, so I split the difference and I put the bar down my trigger middle finger right there, as you can see on the t-shirt. And fuck you, Alfredo. Touch my chest again. Touch this. Damn it, Walter. Don't squeak that. You can chew on this part. Don't squeak the toy. Just there. He brought over a toy that makes noise. So let's see. Let's see here. I'm going to close this real quick. I got stuff on YouTube. Go. Okay, cool. Let's make sure I got YouTube situated. Cool. All right, guys. So what we got here? What are some good ways to develop leg drive for benching? Actually, practice. Repetition. Also, pushing straight down into the floor is not the way. You have to push yourself away. So I give the analogy of, like, if your bench had like wheels on it and you were attached to it and you wanted to move around the floor, you wouldn't push straight down. You push yourself kind of away like that. That's how you have to develop the leg drive, is to push like towards the wall in front of you, like push yourself away from that wall. Don't push straight down into the ground because your ass just goes straight up. Practice and repetition, of course. Let's see. Oh, here's a really good question. Absolutely. By Travis R. Salmon said, thoughts on USPC allowing single-ply band shirts in the single-ply division? Well, I've got two sides to that. One, I don't agree with it. No, because even a single-ply band shirt right now is still considered unlimited because of the nature of the material, what it's made of, right? But at the same time, if that's the direction the sport, here's the thing with me, I'll do whatever the sport does. So if they start allowing single ply band shirts in the single ply division, fine. I still think that single ply poly is superior to a single ply band shirt in my experience. I've not had a single ply band shirt yet that I could confidently say I could bench more than my 1120 single ply that I did in single ply katana last June of 21. Now, having said that as well, here's a third part. If that's the case, then motherfucking meet directors need to do gear checks. That's not really a thing often. If you're claiming single ply and you're wearing a band shirt, your shit should be checked right after. Just like mine. When I did my 1120, I walked straight over to Fred Fisher, the president of the IPA. I said, check my shit. He pulled this and checked this and tracked that. And he said it was single ply. So I had the president of the Fed check my shirt before I lifted and after the lift. So if that's the direction the sport goes, fine. I'll do it too if need be. Otherwise, it should just be separate. But gear checks should be like an absolute, like they should start doing that more often. Very Blessed says, you mentioned lots of extension work on Table Talk. Thoughts on close grip benching for tricep building? Yeah, it's a tried and true staple tricep builder. Absolutely. I don't do it very much anymore. My shoulders don't really like the close grip. I do reverse grip. Reverse grip to me is superior even to close grip bench. Bold statement, but yes, I do believe that. What's up, man? How's your week been? My week's been pretty Gucci. I'm pretty happy with it. It's been a good week. I finally feel like I'm back to normal after that competition. I'm back to like my normal self. Things in the gym feel normal. I'm not like in the twilight zone. I'm not like cloudy. Like the weights feel fine. My body's rested from the travel. That travel funk you get when you travel and compete and travel home. We're over it now. We're back to normal. Then we're gonna turn around this coming Saturday and drive to fucking Ohio because we're going to the Arnold Classic. Super fun, man. Mariah Beck 97 says tips for training with shoulder arthritis. Already have it in my 30s. Don't train raw, I guess. I mean, I don't have arthritis in my shoulders, but if you have it in your 30s, that's really unfortunate. I'd say lift equipped, extend your career for as long as possible. I mean, that's might sound a little biased, but that's, a decent percentage of the reason why I wear equipment is because it keeps me healthy. It keeps me injury free, protects my body from the wear and tear. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to. We're caught up finally. Good to go. Let's see. Glad to hear that, brother, and always willing to do it all over again. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I love the process. I love the training. I think I said that last week. Like, I love the training and the process and seeing everything work right in the gym, finally come together and produce something on the platform. It's such a cool. I love training. I really do. Joel Hicks, what's up? I know we were just talking before I went live here. Hope you got my message. How much working sets do you normally do on your equipped bench? Working sets. I mean, said working sets are generally like, I don't consider it a working set until it's above 1,200 pounds. So that could be as little as 2 and as much as 4 singles and doubles. Yeah, that's an accurate, up to 4 sets of actual working sets, not the warm up stuff like the thousands and the 1100s, like the actual like 1,200 above. I'd say up to 4 sets of working sets. Iron Chuck, do you find high board and high pin work with bench tools easier to recover from than heavy floor presses in the bench tools? Yes, because obviously it's just less range of motion, less pressure, less wear and tear, whatever it is. But yeah, I think you need to do both, like equipped floor pressing and equipped high end work, i.e., pin extensions and board extensions. I think you need to do all of those things. But yeah, obviously, yeah, a floor press is going to fuck me up a lot worse. Like after I tripled, I did a straight weight triple on floor press with like 1,005, and I was screwed after that for like 3 days. Came into bench that same Saturday, and all the weights felt heavy for some reason. I don't know. So yeah, you can recover a lot faster from a limited range of motion. When you do your rep maxes in the Widowmaker, cool. Is that single ply or higher or varies? Oh, I see. A lot of times they're single. Occasionally it's double. I only have up to a 2-ply. I don't have like a 3. I didn't know he made a fucking 4-ply. I don't want one. Like that's way too much. Fuck that. But it's crazy. I didn't think he had a 4-layered one. I have singles and I have doubles. That's all I have. That's all I need. Good advice. So many people don't understand that using gear can keep you healthy. Yeah, yep. That's part of it, man. Like I've gone. The only injury I've ever had was it was partly military Marine Corps fuckery. But I was doing Marine Corps fuckery. And then I went into the gym that night, and I actually I had a rupture in the fascia on my left pec doing raw bench, but I was still like not back in the game yet. I was still just lifting weights to improve my performances in the Marine Corps. Like, yeah, because I gave a shit at one point. So let's see. Do you feel like you end up enjoying training more than competing? Interesting. Partially, yes, but partially You can do what you want in the gym, but it doesn't count for anything. It's what you do on the platform. So I enjoy handling 1450, doing the 1,000-pound floor presses for reps, doing the rep PRs, doing the whatevers. And I'm doing some full power stuff now as well, which I'll get to in a little bit about today's workout, which is my lower body day. But it doesn't, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. It does. If that's all you want to do is just get super strong in the gym and just be a strong person, that's fucking fantastic. But because I'm a competitive lifter still, it's what matters on the platform. So it's very, I can't choose one or the other. It's a very much a little bit of both. What is the main advice to improve bench press? Well, what says frickin' train heavy, eat a lot, and sleep a lot. Stupid simple. That sounds so ridiculous, but I promise you it's true. Iron Chuck, is raw reverse grips work superior to bench tool work for single ply benching? Yes. If you are single ply polyester, I do think that raw training has a lot more carryover. If you're trying to do like a lot of slinger work and then single ply work, it's counterintuitive a little bit. I've discovered that myself because the tools work so damn different. You have a slinger, a widowmaker, a ram, whatever it is that works by more elasticity. It's made of wrap material. And then the poly shirt is obviously a pain in the ass poly shirt. So I think raw reverse grip, whether that's full range, floor press, board work, whatever it is way more beneficial if you are in single ply poly. Let's see. Joel Hicks says it's got to feel pretty cool to say your working sets don't start till over $1,000. Yes, you got your message. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, but you got to think like I've been doing this shit for almost 2 decades, like it's taken me a very long time to get to that spot. Can you explain a bit how gear helps keep you healthier? Well, it's protecting you. It's keeping everything. You're not going to tear a pec. You're not going to blow a shoulder. It's keeping everything intact. It's taking some strain away from it. That's why raw benching is so fucking risky. I don't know how many more people need to tear their pecs, either rupture or completely pull the fucking thing off the bone to realize that raw benching is risky when taken to max effort. Kenny motherfucking Sellers, what's up, man? I just got home and decided to go live. I go live at 8:00, so it was like good timing. Kenny Sellers up here. Cool guys, caught up. Excellent. But yeah, so like this weekend, for instance, so like I mentioned earlier, my next competition is the Arnold Classic. I've not competed at the Arnold since 2015. I've been to the Arnold since then, 1920. There was no Arnold in 21, motherfucker. But then last year, I've been going to the Arnold since like 2009. I did the XPC finals in like 2013. I did the bench only competition on the main stage in 2014 and 15. Haven't competed there since. I've known about this last man standing thing for quite a few years. I think it switched over to that in like 2017, I think. This never appealed to me as much because I had a lot of Chinese tonight. It hasn't appealed to me as much because it's not necessarily heaviest bench takes all. It's who can last the longest, who can start this year at 750 and do as many 50-pound incremental jumps as possible. That's what determines the winner. But it's a different style of competing. It's a different style of competition. That's why I'm doing it this year. Also, when if you compete at the Arnold, or if I compete at the Arnold, that means it pulls me away from working the Anderson booth, which is why I'm there in the first place, is to work for Anderson Powerlifting and represent, and be there for Kevin. So that's why I've not done it as well. I probably won't do it again after this year. I'll probably just do this one time and just call it good and just go to the Arnold and just chill and meet people and talk and, work the business. So yesterday, Saturday was my last Arnold style prep day for the Arnold. And I think I went up to 1,000 pounds, did it for 1 rep full range with a pause, and then called it there just to make sure I could make those incremental 50-pound jumps in succession. Junior Enriquez says, what do you think the most amount of weight possible that you could get out of a 2-ply poly? I'm relatively new to it. but I'm getting 2 to 250 from it. Oh, what is the most amount of weight? Well, shit, I don't know. A 2-ply poly? It depends too. I mean, if you're short limbed, if you're long limbed, if you have stretchy material or stiff material, uh, that's if you're getting 250, that's actually pretty good. If you went up to like 300 or 400, I'd say you're way above average. So I think you're right in the normal range with 2 to 250 pounds. People can get a hell of a lot more, but they are technical fucking masters at what they do. So yeah, it just depends on what you're doing and how often you're in it and stuff. Relatively new, 250 pounds is pretty good. In a poly, that's pretty good. How often do you recommend doing overload work in a poly? I did it all the fucking time. I think no matter what you're doing, whether it's poly work or band shirt work, you should be overloading. That's why boards are still a pretty cool fucking thing. I know there's a group, there's people out there that think that boards are dumb and full range is the only way, and I'm like, well, in my knowledge and experience, the heaviest bench pressers, myself included in history, all use boards. So I'm just going to keep using boards. You can lift more weight over a shorter range of motion, and that's how you overload. But back to the subject matter, overload work in a poly. I literally did that every single workout. Here's my thing: is like if your goal, easy number, if your goal is a 700-pound bench. You haven't benched 700 yet. You've benched 650. Okay, you're trying to go up to 700. You're not going to build that 700-pound bench by doing reps and sets with 625, 650, even 675. You need to be handling that 700 pounds as often as you possibly can, whether that be limited range of motion, high boards, low boards, reverse bands, static holds, whatever the fuck it is. Get that weight in your hands as often as possible. Whenever I had a goal weight in mind, when I was a teenager, trying to bench 700 for the first time, when I was 20 years old, chasing an 800-pound mark, those goal weights became my minimum working weights. Going to a competition and experimenting, it's the competition is not the time to experiment with new things. So yeah, I think overloading is like how I've trained my entire fucking career, and it's worked out pretty good for me. The trick is recovering from it. I've only had my CPAP for the last pushing 3 years almost, and I can't fathom how the fuck I did what I did when I was younger, because I've had problems sleeping like my entire, without even knowing it until I got into a relationship. And then she was telling me like, hey, you snore like a fucking broken lawnmower. Like, and she couldn't sleep. Like, but our quality of life for both of us improved when I started finally sleeping with a fucking machine. So, 10-10, recommend that, man. Absolutely fucking recommend that shit. So anyway, but yeah, overloading is how I've built myself to where I'm at now. I consistently overload all the fucking time. So if I go into the gym, I just benched 1350, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks from yesterday in competition. If I go into the gym and I handle anything less than 1350, if I handle anything less than 1400 in the gym right now, I'm disappointed. That like 1400, 14 plus should be a normal thing for me. It generally is. How was today's lower workout? Oh, I totally fucking blitzed on that. Yeah, dude, it was fucking dope. So this Sunday we went in, and I'm only squatting with a single ply poly pair of briefs. I don't have a suit. I have wraps, but I don't fucking use them. I've got a single ply pair of briefs, and that's it. So we did. It's fucking rough. We did safety squat bar, heavy doubles to a parallel box, which I never do box squats either. So it's like this whole new thing for me. So I worked up, and so like, again, no fucking knee wraps, just a single ply pair of briefs. I did 725 double, 772 for a double, 791 for a double, and my top double was 811. I think that's what it was. That shit will be on Patreon for those of you that are on Patreon. But by the way, today I finally reached my highest number of members. I believe I got 84 people in there. That's fucking incredible. I've never had that many, but I've had 83 a couple of times, and then people dip off and they come back. So that is cool. So if you're on there and you support that channel, I absolutely fucking just appreciate that to all hell, because that is what helps us support this lifestyle and do things like travel to meets, or afford to. I still have to pay my way into meets. I mean, a lot of people are like, well, why should you have to? It's like, bro, I'm a competitor like everybody else on this fucking planet. I compete in powerlifting. I am a competitor. I am a member of certain federations, whatever. I still have to pay my way in. It's like it's how the sport works. And why wouldn't I? Because that's helping support the sport. That's how they can pay for the venue and pay for the whatevers and blah, 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 and so like, of course, so that's what helps us pay for that stuff. So I really appreciate that. Thank you to all my patrons on Patreon. Masthetic Fanatics. Hey, Jimmy, I heard you on Table Talk. Yeah, a few weeks ago. And you got me interested in shirted benching. Sweet. How much base raw bench strength do you recommend having before getting into a shirt? Keep up the big benches. Well, thank you. I'm not going to tell somebody how to do things exactly because everybody's a little bit different. I wouldn't say you have to have a minimum raw bench of this or train for a minimum of so many years. I will say this. This is kind of how I model this after. I lifted. Wow, my allergies are bad today. It's really warm in here in Virginia right now, so all this, it's like springtime for some reason. I lifted for 4 years, just raw and training to get as big and strong as I possibly could, like overhead weights and rows and deadlifts and squats and leg press, all this fucking teenage shit. As a 17-year-old or 18, I got my raw bench close to 500 pounds, and then I got to a shirt. So I do think people should, like, if you haven't touched a weight in your life, you should bodybuild for the first year. Try to get as much muscle on your frame as you possibly can, and then transition into like strength, and then eventually get into equipment. So I'm not going to say there's a minimum base of strength or a minimum base of muscle, but you should have a well-established base of muscle, base of strength, have all your motor patterns developed, things like that before you get into equipment, which is because equipment is very technically fucking hard to master, let alone if you don't have a base of strength to help you. So that's my take on that. That is crazy weight on SSB to a box. Yeah, for me, it was. Those are pretty damn impressive numbers on that stupid effing bar. Yeah, fuck that bar. I was telling them guys, I'm like, I hate this fucking bar. I hate this motherfucking bar. So it's the Elite FTS safety squat bar too. So that it's very hard to squat with. Fuck. So, but yeah, it was cool. I did those 4 doubles, starting from the low 7s to the low 8s. So I was pretty happy with that. And then we did a rotation where we're doing doubles on the deadlift with a gray band. So a choked gray band, doubles for deadlift, just for like speed reps, basically. So I would go, he would go, just in this fucking tiny little, you had like 30 seconds to rest, like 8 fucking doubles for the sake of just getting me comfortable with deadlifting again and like getting back into that like deadlift full power mode. So that's kind of why we did that. And we were all fucking smoked after that. So we did like, I was doing like leg curls and then supersetted with what was that fucking leg machine called? That good girl, bad girl, that adductor thing. Pause due to poor connection. We're back. And then supersetted that with some Super D Donnie Thompson kettlebell swings for the posterior chain as well. Pierce 41111. Good evening, Jimmy. What's up, bud? Yes, it is. Paul Wallace. It is a fuck that bar. Oh, man, I wanted to use the Mars bar today because I can't put a straight bar on my back right now because my immobility, but I wanted to use the Mars bar and go real heavy, but they want to do the safety squat bar again. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it. Joel Hicks, do you ever get any pain in your lower back when doing Pendlay rows? I do not. I've actually developed a very, very strong trunk. My back work has been beltless for the last almost 3 years. I've not worn a belt except for like really heavy deadlift or really heavy rack pulls. So I've developed that strength to be able to have like the ab strength to support the lower back during, and I'll Pendlay row with like 5 plates. So no, I don't have any pain in the lower back. Do you plan on competing in the APF to qualify for the WPO? I don't have a lot of interest in the WPO, to be honest with you. I don't. I just want to compete full power pretty much anywhere. I mean, APF would be cool. IPA is probably where I'll probably go just because I'm more involved in the IPA. So that's what I'll do. And I'm going to do it in poly. I'm not going to do a band shirt for that. My return to full power, my debut of my return to full power will be with a poly bench shirt, not band shirt, the way I think it should be. That's my opinion. If I'm going to do full power and I want to, compare myself to the greats, Hoff and Donnie Thompson, I want to do full power the way they're doing or the way they did full power, or Hoff currently is doing full power. So I will not use a band shirt when I'm doing full power. Thomas, what's up? Can you put your hands on top of your head, though, or on the back side of your head, asking for the mobility part? Oh, yeah, dude. I'll keep my head up. Head. Yeah, there we go. Now, don't ask me to touch my fucking back. That's impossible. But I can touch the back of my head and the top of my head just fine with both hands. Yeah, that's fine. Do you pull the bar to your stomach or lower or higher? I pull into my stomach. If it's lighter weight, I'll sometimes pull to my sternum. But for the most part on Penlane rows, I pull into the stomach. Yeah. What poly shirt are you going to be using? I don't want to use a fucking katana. They're such pain in the ass shirts. Probably like a double F6 or something. Or I have a katana that's a double sleeve and single ply chest. That'd be kind of cool. I want to get into a double ply F6 down the road. That's more forgiving than a katana. That you can actually touch weights in and have a little more of a play room as where you can touch. That's probably what I'll do. I'll probably get a double ply F6. Pierce with a bunch of ones following it says recovering from a heavy bench press workout. Recovering. Again, the answer to the test, the single answer to the test is sleep. I promise. If you can get quality fucking sleep, that's how humans recover both mentally with REM sleep and physically stage 4. It's going through college. I mean, I dropped out, fuck college, but I went through psychology and we learned about sleep. Super fucking interesting. When you go through your stages, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once you get to stage 4, at the beginning, you have a bunch of stage 4, and then you switch over to just a little bit of REM. And then stage 4, REM. And eventually it switches to where stage 4 gets lower and REM becomes bigger. That's why your most lucid, memorable dreams happen about right before you wake up. But you're recovering mentally during REM and physically during stage 4. I promise you, if you get quality fucking sleep, do what you have to do. Sleep in a colder environment, blackout shades, wear a fucking mask, whatever you need to cover your eyes. CPAP machine. Oh, change my fucking quality of life. Not just lifting, my whole quality of living is so much better since I got a CPAP. You have to fucking sleep. Junior Enrique says you do not like the SDPs. I do not like SDPs. I do not like Inzer, and I am an Anderson sponsored athlete who is a distributor of Titan equipment. Yeah. So I would go with an F6, probably a 2-ply F6. No SDPs. Absolutely not. Tom says, not that I'm that big, but this shit works magic for me when I feel stiff under the bar straightway. I must have missed what you said. Oh, here we go. No, all right, then I'll see if I can find the video for this or make it myself for you. It's from a Dr. Lock to improve shoulder mobility to squat straight bar for a big boy. But please send me that, Thomas. I would much appreciate it because I cannot physically put a straight bar in my back. Even in a high bar position, I can't do it. I cannot fucking do it. Acid lift. Acid lift. How's it feel to be number 1, bro? Well, number 1 in my division in equipped benching. I don't know. I don't see it that way. I just say that I got a PR and I like it, and I'm kind of bored of that number, looking for the next one. It's just kind of how it works. I don't really dwell on placing and rankings and stuff. I just like lifting and being successful and always getting what I want out of the sport. What I want out of the sport is a higher and higher and higher bench, and eventually, big big equip total as well. So I don't know. I feel pretty normal. I'd have to agree on disliking Inzer. All of their equipment slash service has been really bad as of lately. Well, I won't put too much words out there, but yeah, you're right. In my opinion, they've gone down the shitter, but it's whatever. People still give them money, so oh well. Let's see. Win mindset. Yeah. Just I don't know, man. I just like I said, I want to get out of the sport when I want to get out of it. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. But, I mean, not really not the PED route yet. I always say yet. I always like to say that because it might happen someday. I'll do everything else for the time being, though. Let's see. What's a lifetime number in mind for your bench? 1,500 pounds. 1,500 pounds. I do believe that is humanly possible, whether I do it or somebody else does it, but I would like to eventually bench 1,500 pounds in competition. 3/4 of a ton. Paul, dude, really? It's the heaviest single power lift of all time. I know, but there's other things out there too. There's the 1,300 pound squats. I mean, I put I did 811 on the SSB, and I thought, holy fuck, like that's a lot of fucking weight. Um, Thomas says it might take a long time. That's fine. I don't have a timeline for this full power thing. I got no timeline. But as you know, I'm only 5'10", 205, skinny bitch. Nah, don't say that, man. But even the high bar can nag me. Yeah. This shit with a band makes it like 20 times better in 2 minutes. Sometimes got to repeat. That's fine. But you send it over, whatever you want to do, email it, DM it, but just I got to figure this shit out. Have you eaten the teriyaki chicken at Panda Express? Peter Panda? Yeah, of course I have. Along with their chow mein. Dude, I live on Peter Panda. All right. I live for that fucking shit. We just had Chinese. We didn't have Peter Panda tonight. We had I even have the fortune cookie still sitting right here. We had Chinese after that long fucking lower body squat day today. I got Chinese afterwards. So yeah, I live on that shit. Junior Enrique says going to be switching to Titan Anderson. Smart choice. Products later this year. Kevin reached out, introduced himself last week, and that absolutely sold me on what provider to go with. Quality of service, standard of quality in the sport, dude. As long as they have stuff in stock, which it's hard to have Titan stuff in stock. There's like supply issues and stuff, but you will have your shit in days, not weeks. That's Anderson Powerlifting has changed the fucking game. They've built their name and reputation on customer service. Jay Breckenridge says, how to get over mental block for a PR. Oh man, I'll tell you what. I was the day the video, it's on my page. It's the bench that I didn't touch, the one board. I had an oh shit moment, but I went for 1463. And to a one board, I didn't touch I was like that far from the board, but I grinded out the lift. I was actually planning on going for 1,500 pounds that day, like handling it for the first time in my fucking life. Then I got spooked. I backed off. I backed out of it. So I went down to 1463, which the most I had handled before that was 1450. So it was like a 13-pound, like all-time heaviest weight in my hands. It's hard, man. It's tough, especially when you're above your max. My best at that time was 1320, and I was trying to handle 1500. That was almost 200-pound overload. You have to trust that you know what you're doing, trust the people you're with, trust your equipment. Just go for it. Make sure you're in a safe environment. Although I say that, and I backed out of handling 1500, so it'll happen eventually. It's scary, man. That number is fucking scares the shit out of me. But that means it's heavy enough too. If it scares you, it's heavy enough. You know what I mean? What's your go-to order for Chinese food? Uh, I can't think. What's that chicken called? The sweet and sour chicken, 2 sides of rice. If I'm going to Peter Panda, I always get the same fucking thing. I get a bigger plate with white rice. I don't like the chow mein as much. Teriyaki chicken, beef and broccoli, and honey sesame chicken. Ooh, live on that shit. Oh, one rep Mex. What's happening? How's life? Life's good on the East Coast. How you doing out in the West? Hope you're doing well. We're training with AJ Roberts. You lucky motherfucker. That's fucking awesome. AJ Roberts is his training partner out there. That's fucking sweet. Thank you, Thomas. If you send that video out, that's gold. I would much appreciate that. I really would. Open one of the cookies and tell us the fortune. Yeah, well, all right, I'll do that. I won't eat in front of you guys. We're not doing that mukbang bullshit. One of the people eat for the internet, which is fucking weird. But I will read the fortune. Let's see. Hope it's not something dumb. Okay, it says, and I quote, oh, well, okay. You have big dreams and strong intentions of making them come true. Well, that's appropriate. just to make sure I ain't bullshitting you if you can read that. But that's ironic. Cool. I'm gonna put that right there and keep that one. I used to collect them for a long time. But yes, man, Anderson is taking over, and I'm here for it. I've been part of Team Anderson for 13 years. If that says anything, like I won't go anywhere else. I refuse. They're too good of people. They treat their athletes and their customers with such respect. Like I won't go anywhere else. Absolutely fucking not. How long does it take to recover after a heavy bench day? I mean, I go in the very next day and lift again. So like it's benching for me is so natural. You gotta understand too. Like I think I was born to bench with my parameters, my limb length, my size, my whatever. So like it's very, very natural for me. Now, if I go in and deadlift, but if I go in and deadlift, that shit takes days, like beyond days and days and days to recover from because I am not built for it. It's very, 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 very hard for me to do that. But benching, unless it's like a super, super, super heavy fucking overload, like 1450 plus, that my CNS will take an extra week to recover from that. But physically, not long. Trying to catch up. Bench Freak, what's up? See you next week. Fuck yeah, I'll see you next week. We'll hang out at the fucking Airbnb and hang out in the Anderson booth. Rich Putnam, everybody. Part of Team Anderson, ironically. Happy to see you on here, Rich. Oh, Jesus. Like I just ate like an hour ago, so like it's still in me here. Least I can do, buddy. Thank you, Thomas. Funny thing is I'm eating pandas right now. Fuck yeah, dude. And right there, see, Bench Freak, Rich Putnam, same here with Anderson. I can't, and I won't go anywhere else. I won't. Ken Anderson himself, the president, or the former president, now Kevin's the man, but the creator and founder of Anderson Powerlifting, Ken Anderson, just a genuine fucking soul, just a heart of gold. What's up, Cody Plum? How you doing over on the West? I got one rep Mex on here too from the West Coast, asking how life was. How's life out there with Cody Plum? Oh, Annalise is on here. Me and Joe say hi. Well, hey, what's going on? I go live every Sunday at 8, so hopefully you can. It's all boring. I'm sure you've heard all this crap before, so it can get monotonous and boring. Do you train raw in training? Not very often. Very, very seldom do I do any kind of raw training anymore. The gap is too big. You know, I'm not going to bench 1,400 pounds by benching 5, 6, and 7. It's just not going to happen. I'll do raw, like, board work every so often, like a small 3-week stint of, like, board work, raw, like reverse grip raw, but I don't do full range raw. It's too risky, and I'm not risking my career for that shit. Just because people on the internet say I should doesn't mean I'm going to. You know, what do I have to prove to people online that have unsolicited opinions? Well, you should do it raw. Just eat my dick, I guess. I don't know. Not you. I'm just saying, like, people that comment that crap. It's like, no. You want to see a raw bench? Go watch the other guy. I'm doing my thing because this is what I want to do. So, yeah, I'll do what I want to do anyway. Aesthetic Fanatic says, any advice for keeping wrist locked during benching, wrist buckle forward during bench day, and the barbell dumped on my chest? Ooh, mother fuck. Okay. Oftentimes, if it actually like buckles forward, that means I'm trying to get my body in position here, that the barbell is resting too damn close. Say like too close to the edge of your wrist. If you have a stacked wrist, like this ideally would make sense for being the optimal position for your wrist, completely fucking straight. If you think about it, you're holding a three-dimensional object, and now that barbell actually is in front of your line of force. Your forearm is your line of force in the bench press. We need to get that barbell completely in line with the forearm. So if the bar is out in front, as is, say, like you're benching like this, and the barbell's back here, right? So you can see where that fucking callus is right there on my fucking palm. Yeah, real pretty, right? That's where the bar sits, so that the barbell is in direct line with my forearm. Obviously, wrist wraps are one of those things that people like to hang on to. They have their favorite pair of wrist wraps. Dude, replace your wrist wraps often. They wear out quickly. If they're flimsy, like I got a pair that's starting to get kind of, I should probably get rid of those and donate them to the gym or something. But yeah, replace your wrist wraps often. If they're getting loose and not doing their job and supporting your wrist, get rid of them. Get a new pair. Cody Plum hit 460 raw. Oh, shit. But missed a 655 in my shirt. Okay. Got a clean 635 today. Well, fuck, man. I didn't see any videos before I hopped on here, so I'll have to make sure I go and check out your page. Fuck yeah, dude. 460 and 635. Almost 655. Good deal. Good deal, good deal, good deal. Happy for you, Cody. Glad you're, dude. From what you're, I can't say it often enough, and I'll say it for the rest of my fucking life, but seeing what you overcame, that injury you had, and where you're at now, like in 7 months, like that's truly fucking inspirational. I don't know if I've told you that enough or recently, but it's still very fresh, and it will forever be that way. So you're doing good shit, man. Proud of you. Thanks. I've been watching a lot of Westside old videos about training raw versus gear and how Chuck left from not being allowed to train in gear. He left from not being allowed to train in gear. What do you mean? I guess maybe like Louis was like limiting how much I think he, like, Louis's way was obviously his way or the highway. I do know that. I'm just saying, I think he, like when they were doing box squats, you could only do box squats one way. If I'm not mistaken, it was either briefs or brief with suit bottoms, straps down always, never straps up. Are you saying like because he couldn't lift in more equipment or more often that he left? I don't understand what Louis was not to train in gear or something. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Westside in the old days didn't really use gear during training. They would just throw it on the day of the meet. That's fucking wild, man. You think about that shit, how much different it is to squat in equipment as opposed to, like, fuck, man, raw, like, throw it on game day and that's it. Shit, man. Can you recommend best tricep body exercises? Oh, so body weight exercises for triceps for home workout. Okay. You can actually do push-ups. So instead of putting your hands, I can't really do it, but you try to keep it in frame. You're doing your push-ups with your hands this way. So turn your hands around backwards where your palms are actually, like if you twist your hand that way, to where you're doing like a reverse grip push-up. There's one way to do it. That's tricep dominant. Fuck. Also, if you have like your a bed or a couple of chairs and you can do like dips between the chairs with your body weight, that's a huge tricep movement too. Other than that, you might need some equipment to do other things, but those two things right there, body weight wise, I think are excellent. The reverse grip push-up is one that not a lot of people know of. Again, if you're doing push-ups this way, just twist your hands around and your palms are actually facing forward and do push-ups that way. You'll be surprised how much tricep work you get. And Cody says, I appreciate you, Jim. When I broke my arm, my mind went pretty negative and doubtful. Well, I never doubted you for a sec, man. And I knew I think I even told you that like you're gonna get back to where you were plus above it in pretty quick succession. And you're doing that shit. I just it's truly mind boggling what you went through and how you overcame it. Yeah. Chuck would show up to a meet with equipment and be all screwed up. I wonder why. I'm glad they changed that shit over time. Like back, in the I suppose maybe like early 2000s or teens, they started like training equipment like all the time. And Cody says, when I called you from the hospital, it picked me up off my face, and I knew I was going to come back. And that was a fucked up conversation, by the way. I could not believe what the fuck I was hearing, but I'm glad we went through it together. Yeah, they were crazy, man, which is why a lot of their lifters got hurt so much and wouldn't really last long, timing, etc. Yeah, dude. It's you want to lift raw and compete raw, please do. Don't listen to me for a fucking second, but I'm just saying, like, I want to do this shit for decades. I enjoy it that much. I want to do this shit for decades, not just years. And I want to do it for decades healthy. I don't want to have to go through a pec tear and a tricep tear and a quad rupture and a hernia this and a hernia and another pec tear. Like, I don't want to go through that shit. I want to have 20, 30, 40 years in this sport competitively, healthy and feeling good. You know what I mean? I don't want to tear my body to pieces and put it back together and overcome this injury and overcome that shit and be off for 6 months because of this and 6 months because of that. Like, fuck it. Absolutely not. I want to do this shit for a long time, enjoy it, and be healthy while I'm doing it. Yeah. Mariah Beck, do you ever train with neutral grip bars? I do not. I don't like those bars. I don't like how they're so unstable when you're benching with them. I can attain, like, this is one thing I talked with Dave Tate about. So many people are obsessed with the football bars for the tricep activation. I'm like, okay, that's a big tricep builder. But watch this, I'll blow your mind. Maybe. Okay, so you got your I'm trying to keep everything in frame here, but okay, and dog's right over there. So you got your neutral grip bar, okay, and you're benching tricep, right? This is tricep movement. Okay, I can do the exact same movement with a straight barbell utilizing my reverse grip. See that shit? Neutral grip bar. Now I'm holding. Now when I do my reverse grip, I'm holding the bar between these two fingers, like a peace sign. The bar sits vertically in my hand. So you go from benching like this with a neutral grip bar to benching like this with a straight barbell. It's the exact same joint alignment, body positioning as a neutral grip bar with a straight barbell. That is why I advocate for reverse grip benching, particularly with my style. See that shit? Trigger middle finger, holding the bar that way. That is my reverse grip style. That's why I advocate so highly for it. Everybody's so obsessed with like the football bars that are great for triceps. I'm like, okay, but I hate those fucking bars. They suck. I don't like how they twist on and they move back and forth. It's so unstable. So I can, like I said, I can attain the exact same muscle activation, shoulder safety, using a straight barbell by benching like that. So that I do absolutely zero. I don't even think. I think Cody Plum and Tim have been on my Patreon for like 3 years. I don't know if they can quote me, but I don't think I've ever done a neutral grip press on my Patreon in 3 years. I don't think I have, but if they can fact check me, I guess that's what it's called, just to be sure. I don't want to say something false, but. And Cody says, I was on morphine, so sorry about that. Don't be sorry. I didn't expect to have a phone conversation of you in the ER, about to get on an operating table, and laughing at the fact that you broke your arm and it literally fell backwards after you let go of the barbell. It freaked me out, man. First thing I did after you called me, I called Ryan, and I was like, bro, are you okay? He started freaking out. I was like, bro, are you? It's cool, man. I want to make sure you're good. Like, I know you just saw something that you, I never saw that before in my life. We're all so free. We don't want to bench anymore. My crew doesn't want to bench. I'm like, I talked him down. I was like, bro, you're fine. You know, like, I'm on the phone with him for like 20 minutes. After you called me, I called Ryan just to check on him, you know. Never seen it. Thank you, Cody. Never seen. Yeah, no neutral grip benching whatsoever. Can you walk us through how you warm up for a heavy bench day? Perfect. Okay. Let's see. I'm really itchy. I got bad allergies tonight. I'm sorry, everybody. Trying to suppress it, but it's just not working. Walk us through it. Warm up for a heavy bench day. Cool. I get in the gym. I set up the gym, the bench. I got my F8 bench bar on the bench. I swap out the 12-inch pad for a 14-inch pad. Get it all bolted, tightened down. Okay. Before I even grab the empty bar to do my first empty bar bench set, I take a wide band, like a gray, sometimes a blue. I loop it over something that's stationary that I won't yank over. I do the Donnie Thompson shoulder protocol. So I put my arm in the loop. So the loop is right here on my shoulder, pec tie-in. I lean forward quite a bit to get some pressure, and I do about 15 to 20 of these, 15 to 20 of these, and 15 to 20 reaches and twists like this. I do that per arm. It takes about a minute and a half per arm. Then I'll switch it, and I'll put where the loop is on the back of my shoulder, and I'll chicken wing it. So I'll put my hand on my hip. So again, the band's pulling me forward now. It's on the back of my shoulder, and I'll do chicken wings like that. Each arm, about 20 to 30 reps per arm. That's Donnie Thompson Super D's shoulder protocol. I do that before I even bench the empty barbell. Then I'll walk up to the bench. I'll start doing the empty bar. I might do the empty bar for 1, 2, possibly 3 sets, because sometimes the empty bar feels like shit, as dumb as that sounds. So I'll do close grip, I'll do wide grip, I'll do reverse grip. I'll do it until I feel good. I'll sometimes do little partials where I'll do like 1, 2, all the way, 1, 2, all the way. I'm trying to get blood in the pecs and the shoulders and the triceps. I'm trying to get a lot of blood in my upper body. So after I do the empty bar between 1 and 3 sets, from that point forward, anything I do raw is reverse grip. I don't do anything pronated raw anymore. I will not fucking do it. Raw board work, floor press, full range raw. I will do it reverse grip all the time if it's heavier than the empty bar. We're doing red kilo plates now, so I'll do like 1, 2, 3. I don't generally will go up to like 4 reds. I'll throw like a slinger on for like 4 reds, 5 reds, 6 reds. After I do 6 reds, which is like 725 or 715, then I will throw on my shirt. I'll generally jump up to like 800 pounds, 800 plus, and I'll do little partial reps to get in like shirted bench pressing mode, or like little partial triples or something. Then I will start my heavier warm-ups, not working sets yet, heavier warm-ups. I'll generally jump to about 1,050. I'll hit that to a one board or a 2 board, generally for a single or a double. Then I'll jump to 1,200, about a 1 board, and that's where my working set, above 1,200 is where my working sets start. I have my shoulder protocol, my very light warm-ups, my slinger warm-ups, my heavier warm-ups in the shirt, and then I have my actual working sets at 1,200 and above. So hopefully that answered your question. That's how I do it. Even at competitions, when I am warming up unequipped, I am reverse grip benching, even at a meet. It's not just a training thing. That's the only way I will grab a loaded barbell unequipped. I will only do it reverse grip. When you say slinger, do you mean a slingshot? Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, slinger, I generalize. I put like, if it's like Cody Plum has like a metal catapult, the supercharged Rams from Titan, the Widowmakers from Rob Farrell. I just classify them all as slingers, not necessarily a Mark Bell slingshot, but anything that's a bench aid, a bench tool, bench shirt insert, figure 8 loop. Widowmakers is what I use like full time now. I don't touch the Rams anymore. I think the Widowmakers are superior. Let's see. Cody Plum, I keep sacrificing my shirt work by fucking around raw. Stupid. Not stupid. No, I just don't think it's necessary, Cody. You could throw on your shirt after 3 plates. So you do 3 plates raw, throw your shirt on, start fucking around your shirt from 4 plates up. That's what I think you should do. Let's see. Where the fuck? Thomas, would you ever bench Big Mendy style? 1 plate, 2 plate, 900. I've done it before. At the 2014 Arnold, my last warm up in the back was 315 in a shirt, mind you. I was doing little quarter reps like that, warming the triceps up. And the designated opener for all the heavyweights that year was 800. So I went from 315 to 800 on the platform. I've done that shit. Yep, I have. J. Rober 27. Are you doing any benching at the Arnold? Yes, I'm competing at the Last Man Standing, which is the Sunday of the Arnold. So if you're coming to the Arnold, I'd love to meet you, or come by the Anderson booth. I'll be at the Anderson booth Friday, Saturday, all day. Part of Sunday, and then I think I have to weigh in at like 11 o'clock or something, get warming up at 11 o'clock. The benching starts at noon, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, here we go. Mariah Beck. I hope it's Maria. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let's see. Would you recommend slingers as a way for someone to be introduced to equip benching? Yes. But slingers and band shirts are made of the same material, like wrap material, and they work on the same principle of a lot of elasticity. But if you're trying to get into like poly benching, it's not going. Poly benching is so fucking different than like band shirts and slingers. But it is a baby step to kind of get introduced to like the idea of having something on your body that's like compressing you and stretching and like contorting under weight and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good baby step. Good baby step. Bash of the Power says, which muscle is most important during locking the hands? Locking the hands. I don't know what you mean. You mean like setting your hands on the bar? I don't know what that means. But let me know what you mean. More specifically. Matt Brooks is on here. What's up, bud? Got a question about full power. Any interest in full power meet? Yeah. I'm training for full power as we speak. I'm actually doing what I'm referring to as my full power prep work. Just single ply briefs, no knee wraps generally. Sometimes knee wraps, not often. Like we were doing safety squat bar box squat doubles today, like parallel box squat doubles, just in briefs. There was no knee wraps or anything. So yeah, I'm getting back into it, but there's no timeline for it. Appreciate you answering all my questions. I try to. I'm not trying to. I sometimes skip and miss things, but I try to get to everybody. Locking elbows. Oh, that's triceps. All triceps. More specifically, the tricep down near the elbow and the long head. So that long head. So the lateral head right here, the outside horseshoe, doesn't do shit. The medial head that you can't even fucking see that's tucked up in here doesn't do shit. The long head on the outside of the tricep is what your tricep lockout power comes from. Oh, how's it going, bro? Tuning in late. Oh, it's cool, man. Just glad you're having on here anyway. It's going well. It's going really well. Do you have the mobility to squat with a straight bar? I can't put an empty straight bar on my back right now. I have no mobility whatsoever. I can't put it high bar. I can't put it low bar. I cannot physically. I think if I had like a 65-pound squat bar that's like really, really, really long, I think if I put like one finger around the bar touching the fucking collars, I might be able to put the bar on my back. Obviously, I can't squat like that, though. So, no, I do not have the ability to put a straight bar on my back. Realistically. I need to work on that. Miss your walkthrough with your heavy bench workouts. Is it on your YouTube? It's not on my YouTube. It is, however, on my Patreon, though. $10 a month on Patreon. You can watch all my workouts from start to finish with full commentary over everything 5 days a week. I know Cody Plum, Matt Brooks, Tim McCain, just to name a few, have all been on there for like 3 years. So thank you all for being on there for so damn long. You guys are fucking awesome. What we got here? What in God's name does 600 kilograms feel like in your hands? It's gonna sound really fucking stupid, but it feels normal. It feels just as heavy to me as like 300 pounds did when I was like 15. When my max was like 300 pounds at 14 or 15 years old, that's how heavy it feels. It's all about adaptation over time. The first time I put a bench shirt on and put 600 pounds in my hands, I thought my hands were going to break in half. Like, you know, that was heavy for me at that time. It's all about adaptation. Is your training a lot of board presses? My training is a lot of board extensions, not board presses. But yes, I do a lot of shirt work, one board, half board, not always a touch. I don't really touch in training. And I do a lot of slinger work, full range or boards, floor presses, stuff like that. But yeah, I do a lot of boards in my training, yes. I remember Sam Bird doing those no hand squat at the animal cage that Arnold back at the day. Yeah, he did. I think it was like 600 pounds where he walked out with the bar on his back and he let go and just squatted. Like, how's the bar not just, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Which bench shirt would you suggest for intermediate lifters in the IPF? If you have a big arched lifter, which I don't think you can do anymore to a relative degree in the IPF, but the Titan F6. If they are a relatively flat bencher, I suggest the Titan Fury. Both are pretty much entry-level bench shirts, very easy to learn and very forgiving. Cool, I'm caught up. Oh, fuck yeah. Been real quiet on YouTube. I haven't had a lot of any engagement on YouTube tonight. All you on Instagram are keeping me afloat tonight, so I really appreciate that. But yeah, so I also wanted to. I'm obsessed with this shit right now, man. If you all listen to the last podcast on the left, right? We finally got their coffee. Oh boy, ooh, Mothman's Red Eye Blend. Spring Hill Jack made this coffee for last podcast on the left, and it is fucking delicious. I just wanted to tell you that. I've been drinking this shit like almost every fucking night. Oh boy. If you're a coffee drinker, get some of this shit. It's fucking delicious. Absolutely fucking worth the price. Wasn't even that expensive. I'm just saying, like, it's good coffee. Matt Brooks, I was completely expecting you to say, I recommend you not to compete in the IPF. You would think that normally I would say that, but for a lot of people, and a lot of my folks that are like live in the UK or live overseas, for a lot of them, that's their only option is to compete in the IPF. So I wouldn't say, just don't lift in the IPF. I want to be a smart ass and say that. But at the same time, some people have no choice. So that's why. Now here in the US, you have many fucking different choices to choose from, a bunch of different feds to choose from. So lifting the IPF here in the States is different because you have a plethora of different platforms to choose from. And people choose to lift in the IPF or USAPL and get fucked with. Why you choose that and give them money? I don't fucking get it. But Matt says that's fair. Yeah, it's just my frame of mind with it anyway. Is there coffee high in caffeine? I'm immune to caffeine, so I can't really tell you if it is or not. There's no... It's just a dark roast. It's a dark roast. It's got great fucking flavor. It's called the Red Eye Blend, Mothman's Red Eye Blend. It has no... I'm sure if you found like Spring Hill Jack, you could probably figure that out, like if they have a website or something, but right now I have no clue. I only drink coffee for the taste. That sounds dumb, but I only drink coffee black for the taste. I do not drink coffee for the caffeine because I don't feel it. I've been immune to caffeine since I was like 13 years old. Cody says, "Do you like the band Torture Killer? I've been blasting them lately. I haven't. I will screenshot said name, and I make a cute face for my for my photo there, and I will look them up because I have not heard of them before. I have not heard of them. Alexander Amon's on here. What's up, bud? Let me know what when the next time you want me to tune in on a Friday for you guys. I do know I can do it this coming Friday. We're leaving for Ohio the next Saturday, and then I will be at the Arnold the following Friday, like the 4th or 5th, whatever the fuck it is. So if you want me this Friday, I should be available. What's your weekly training look like now you're doing full power? Okay, so I do my full power training, my lower body work on Sundays. Mondays I'm off. Tuesday's my upper back day. Wednesday's my not shirted secondary bench day. Thursdays is kind of like a bullshit, kind of like a forearm, bicep, rear delt kind of day, like a random shit day. I'm off on Fridays. And then Saturday is my big, heavy, equipped shirted bench day. I should probably throw a second lower body day in there, like on Thursdays, like do a second lower body day or something. But right now, I'm just doing 1 day a week, full power or lower body. You should try the theobromine and or theacrine. Works like caffeine, no tolerance build. Maybe I've not heard of those words before. Thoughts on learning in a Inzer standard denim. My first bench shirt I ever saw, I ever held, I ever benched in was a double denim Karen Klein. So I say do it. If you can bench in that, you can pretty much bench in anything. I'm not going to tell you that's a bad idea because I did that, so I can't tell you that. Go ahead and do it. Fucking absolutely. Alex says, I mix mass gainer into black iced coffee. Ooh. That might be kind of good. Fuck yeah. And Alex also says, excellent. I'll see you Friday. What Friday looks like. Cool. So let me know. I'm available all day on Fridays. Let's see. Which exercise would you suggest for strong forearms and wrists? I do a lot of leverage work. So I take like a mace that has like a weight on one end. I do a lot of leverage work to the front, a lot of leverage work to the back, a lot of twists this way and that way. I'll do like standing pronated barbell curls. I don't do that shit where you put the bar in your hands on your fucking knees and do that shit. That's terrible for your joints. So I'll grab a bar like I'm going to shrug it and just do standing wrist curls that way. I'll take a single pulley, like a single handle pulley, and I'll do wrist curls that way. I'll take a dumbbell, put it on like a bench, like the end of a bench, and I'll do extensions this way. I have one of those little bands you put on the tips of your fingers and do extensions with like that. Very important. Pretty much anything, to be honest with you, that's going to work your wrists. Just be careful about your joints. Don't do anything that's going to hurt your joints. God, my fucking nose. Anyhow. You okay? Okay. What are you doing? Want me to get off here or what?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I need my laptop whenever you're done. But...
I'll shut it down in about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Anyway, what's going on? What's going on here? Cool. So yeah, full power work is in full swing. I'm really enjoying it. It's fucking awesome. I'm really enjoying it. That sounds strange because I've been so against it. I'm still like the bench guy. You know what I mean? So, but full power training is a good change up. It's been fun. I've got good people around me that like can see what I'm doing wrong, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Not just like having people around you that are always like, you know, cheering you on or something. Oh, that was so great. But like, I need to know what I'm doing incorrectly. That's what I need to know. And that's what I have. So we're just trying to figure out this full power thing, learning how to fire correctly. I've always been very quad dominant. I worked up to an 850 raw squat like a year and a half ago. Wraps and a belt, but I was doing like quad dominant, close stance, like knees out over the toes style, like very quad dominant. So I've had to relearn how to squat using posterior chain, hamstrings, ass, lower back. It's been very, very hard to learn how to fire from back there But we're finally figuring it out, doing things to build up those areas where I have to rely on them because they're getting stronger and not rely so much on the quadriceps. So eventually down the road, way down the road, I will try to get a straight bar on my back and actually train straight bar, at least one workout every few months. But like for now, it's all specialty bars: Cambered bar, Buffalo bar, Mars bar, SSB. That's it. Cody, I did end up going in and getting x-rays on Monday. Oh, okay. Because the swelling was so bad. Ooh. Everything looked really good. Solid, no cracks, screws are in place. I must have just irritated that spot. It might be something you deal with. I don't want to say for the rest of your life like a fucking cynical dickhead, but like it might. You might have random pain because that was such a traumatic thing that fucking happened to your arm, Cody. So it might be something that just happens once in a while. Not trying to be, like I said, cynical. I'm just saying, like, because that was so traumatic, you might have that come around once in a while. Do you use visualization? Oh, fuck yeah, I do. Absolutely, I do. So as I'm laying down, I'll say it like this. When I sit down on the bench, I sit down, and right before I lay down, because there's two steps to this process. There's the visualization and then the task at hand. So I sit down, it's time to visualize. I visualize everything I have to do to be successful. Laying down, setting my hands, freaking taking the bar out, getting my breath right, the groove of the shirt, all that stuff. I visualize myself doing the lift correctly and successfully. That's the last thing I think about. And I usually I'll nod like I got it. And then I lay down and actually begin the process of the task at hand, which is laying down, planting my shoulder blades, getting everything tucked, being symmetrical on the bench, hand placement, all those checks and balances, take the weight out, do the lift. So yes, I do visualize before going down. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. I don't know your name though. I can't see. Who is this? Coach Bob. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. Do you use a closer grip when using Talon grip, reverse grip bench? Happy Sunday evening. Happy Sunday evening to you as well. Thank you for the super chat. No, I actually put the ring of the bar. The rings go about right here on the palm. So it's actually very, very wide. With that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's whatever. It happens after bench days. So the rings actually sit right here on the heel of the palm. If you think about this being the widest grip, pronated on the rings, most of your hands outside the rings. So adversely, ring goes right here. Most of your hands outside the rings. I don't go in. Plus, I have limitations how close I can go using my style with my hand being flat. If you do the full supination, you can bring the grip in a little bit, but I don't go narrow. I stay pretty wide. Oh, damn, my fucking nose. You got a better video in your DM, Jim. Also tagged, still looking for the small power band. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Alex says, Sabrina is pondering having you program her bench programming for May at Hellbent. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you let me know. I can work with you guys. I wish I could be well off enough to not have to charge anybody ever for anything. I could probably bring my 12-week price down just a little bit for you guys. I want to help you out because you've helped us out too. I'll talk to you obviously, but you don't have to. I can still just tune in and coach like once a week or so, like we're doing anyway. That's totally fucking fine. All the information, plenty good. It is a thing. Cody says those plates have no give and are pretty sharp in that spot. Yeah, that's a motherfucker, man. Cool. I'm finally caught up. Good to go. I can't see it. Holy shit. I'm so sorry, guys.
Did you have it hidden?
Yeah. Oh, good gracious.
All right,
I couldn't see all the comments, guys. You're on YouTube. I'm so sorry. I got Don Stiegel, One Rep Max, Single Ply Guy, Dylan McNeil. Good grief.
That's weird. So the only one that showed up was the super chat.
I only saw the super chat. That's the only thing I've seen so far. I had to click on it to see the comment.
Weird.
I'm really sorry about that. All my comments were hidden for some reason. I don't know why. I'm really sorry about that. I'll get to you guys here in just a second. Holy shit. What a rookie. Good grief. That's a lot of
Well, pretty new too.
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay, guys. We'll catch up here. Then we'll try to let's move on here. With you handling weights in the 1400 plus range, does weights like 800 to 1000 feel light? Stupid. Yeah, they do. 800 and 1000 pounds does not feel like the 800 or 1000 pounds from 3 or 4 years ago. So yes, I will say that 1000 pounds now feels pretty much. 1000 pounds is a 350 pound deload for me. I mean, that if you think about it like that, like if you're an 850 pound bencher, I know the percentages are a little bit different, but I'll just use weight per weight. If you are 850 pound max bench and you're handling 500, you know what I'm saying? Like how light 500 would be for 850 pound bencher. So that's what 1000 pounds is to me. That sounds really fucking stupid, but it's true. You got to get out of here, Cody. Cool, man. Thanks a lot, dude. I'm here scratching my nose all goddamn night. God damn. What's up, Mike? All right, YouTube. I'm so sorry, everybody. Comments were hidden. Single ply guy. Do you use suit slippers for your tight shirts? Bought a size down suit, and I'm looking forward to trying to get into it. I've tried suit or not suit. I've only used bench slippers probably once or twice my entire career. Plastic bags are more common, but I'm not a big fan. I just like getting into it. I don't want to fuck around with bags and
because sometimes
slippers.
When we pull them back out, the shirt comes back down anyway.
Yeah, that's true. If it's that damn tight, like she just said, when you go to pull the shit out, the shirt will just come down anyway. So you might as well just get it up without those things. Thanks for taking a look at my bench video recently. Yeah, I mean, also reach out anytime you want me to look at something. I'm here. I'm an open book. Josh said, sick, bud. Must have been something I said an hour ago because I didn't see any of these comments. Okay, let's see. Dylan McNeil says, are you still doing the full day of eating video? We have to get around to doing it. It's just.
Did we put up the one from the meat?
No.
The pre-meat day that you ate with
Mm-mm.
Are you sure you edited it?
No, I mean they're saying I didn't, so I don't think so. I probably don't even have those videos now. We're doing it, yes. I just have to get around to like remembering to have her record me every fucking time I sit down to drink a shake or eat a snack or go out or something. It's this whole process. It's hard for us. We're still gonna try and do it. Oh, Wonder at Max says, I'll just watch on the YouTubes. Random clicks take me out of the Insta. How you doing? Oh, fuck yeah. I saw you over here too. So, Athlete X does Cobra push-ups. Are meant nasty. And he's talking about the tricep push-ups.
What's a Cobra push-up?
I don't know. I was talking about like the reverse push-ups, but I'm not sure what that is. And Cody saying, oh, he just hopped off here. I'm just damn. What a dickhead I am. Let's see. Don Stiegel. Jimmy, what's with the 1410? I've been thinking about it since last night. My guess would be you would only be 245s, 90 pounds from 1500. That's actually very clever. I didn't think about that. I'll just say it now because nobody guessed on Patreon. I'll tell you here. If you're still on here, Don, I hope you are. 1410 is exactly twice the weight of history's first 700-pound bench. So when Ted Arcidi, thank you, bench 700 for the first time ever, it was 705. So I want to bench 1410 just for that kind of, that not for me. That's the number I want in my head. Like 14 flat's good, but like I want 1410. That's why.
Your first 700-pound bench, 700
flat.
Mm-hmm. And then 800 was 800 flat.
Yes, and
then 9 was 903.
903. Yep. Okay, I'm caught up, I think. Thank you all for being patient. I was like, man, no activity on YouTube tonight. This is strange.
Yeah, weird.
And then it took Coach Bob here's generous super chat for me to realize. I clicked on it. I was like, oh, it's hidden. I clicked the blue arrow, and then all these comments popped down. So I really sorry about that. Let's see. Brian Craft 52. How much of your training can be used for raw? Very little. I am extraordinarily severely specialized for equipped bench. So
especially right now, I would say more so when you're in poly.
yeah,
You did a lot more raw work.
yeah. There was a lot
and
more
chest work and
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff when you were in poly.
There's a
But
lot
now that
more.
you're in bands,
Yep.
it's being in the band shirt more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Raw-esque work was more paramount when I was doing poly.
You just picked up a raw athlete, didn't you?
Kind of, yeah. I'm making him a 12-week
So
program.
I guess we're gonna see how that turns out before we
Yep.
go any further.
What's up, Justin? When will Kolb scholarship winners be announced? Hopefully very
Beginning of
soon.
March. Probably right after we get back from the Arnold.
We have 70 plus
Yeah.
applicants to look through and choose. It's
And
been
each
a process.
person on our we have 4, well, then us, so 5
Mm-hmm.
people, and everybody's busy. You know, one is our gym owner who's running a gym, and he's got 2 kids and all this other stuff. So 70 applications is a lot.
Yeah.
So everyone's taking their time because we don't want to just we want to take our time and give each person a fair amount of time reading their stuff. And,
I don't want to just throw darts at the stack and go, oh, him,
Yeah.
her, him. So we have to, it's a shit. We only had 20 last year.
Yeah.
Now we have 70 applicants to go through. It's a big difference.
Yeah. So beginning of March.
Almost 4 times as much. Justin, are elbow wraps cheating? I won't say they're cheating because I'm the biggest cheater on the planet using a bench shirt. How dare I? So, no, I mean, obviously now they're not competition legal. So as long as you're not trying to sneak it in a competition, then if you're just training in the gym, then no, it's fine. It's whatever. Have you thought about getting a 1-ply ram and seeing how far you can get in it that thin of gear? Not really, because that's very, very close to it. When you're that gear deficient, I don't want to risk anything.
I mean, it's not that far from the one loop from the Widowmaker thing that you have, that single loop.
Yeah.
You put on, that's probably about the same strength as a single ply ram would be.
Yeah, I've done in the single Widowmaker, I've done 800-pound floor presses and stuff, I think, but I've not.
I wouldn't go any heavier than that.
Yeah, it's just for me, it's not worth testing how far I can take that. Now, single ply poly is different because you have the full encompass coverage of the shoulders and the compression.
Yeah.
But just a single piece that's in front that has no shoulder protection whatsoever. I'm not a huge fan of that. No.
Mm-hmm.
Ever use the figure 8 bench band? I have several actually. I have 3 to be exact. So yes, they're awesome. They're worth getting. Will you have a booth at the Arnold? Yes, we will be at the Anderson Powerlifting booth. I forget the number. It's in my email. Anderson Powerlifting. I'll be there all day Friday, all day Saturday. Part of Sunday, I am competing at noon on Sunday. Then I'll be back on the booth after the competition's over. Then Anna says hi.
Hey.
And then Alex says, with all the fave itching, Jimmy, you should probably lay off the beta-alanine.
Oh, the
it's allergies.
He's allergic to cats, and yet his favorite living thing on the planet is our cat Penelope, and he rubs his face in her before he comes on live, and then he sits here and itches.
I'm allergic to animal dander and hair, and
we've got 3.
We have 3 of them, so it's in a 400 square foot apartment. I just started using them for training. CNS was fried in the last bench session, but I saw benefit of elbow wraps. Yeah, for training, like I said, it's absolutely fucking do it. It's just it's not comp legal. That's my only gripe about it. Worked through 2 years of videos of Dr. Locke, but I found it. I'll send you some more stuff to your DM. Hashtag spam. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. I need to take a peek and see what's going to help me get a bar on my back eventually. Mike says tricep work is key. Lat work is huge. All back work. Yes, absolutely it is. Okay. I caught up. Cool. Oh, Don Stiegel says, sweet, Jimmy. That's really cool with the 1410 reason. Yeah. Kind of shallow, but that's the reason.
I mean, it makes sense. It just,
yeah.
Everybody has a reason for picking the number they picked, Yeah.
It's I was looking at recent bench records running numbers, but didn't think that far back. Yeah, the first 700-pound bench was 705. And Ted Arcidi, from what I understand, is a complete absolute hater of geared lifting in general. He hates it, even though he used a bench shirt of the day, mind you. It was in the 80s, so like it was 80s
I was
equipment.
like, wait, there's no way he did that
No.
700 raw.
It was equipped.
Okay.
It was equipped for the time, but like he hates all modern day equipment.
What do you mean, like equipped for the time? Like, oh, it was in a denim or like?
No, it was like
poly?
full early poly, like
Oh.
probably a Titan or an Inzer or
Is he still
something.
alive?
I don't know, maybe. So that's kind of why I was like, oh, I'll do double what you did in your era. Kind of shallow, but even such. What supplement brand are you utilizing nowadays? I might get picked up by a sponsor. I'm not sure yet. I have to look at the contract a little bit more. He's going to send me some supplement samples. Horsepower Sups might pick me up as an athlete, their first athlete, I think. So for the time being, while we're still working out those kinks and working with the contract and stuff, I've been using a weight gainer from like BSN, Ronnie Coleman's brand, MHP.
Do you like the Ronnie Coleman one?
I do.
Oh, you haven't said anything about it. Normally, you like when you try a new one, I get an instant review of it. And
I told you in person. I said this ain't bad.
Oh,
I thought it was gonna be like really rich and like over the top tasty. No, it's quite subtle.
The jug is big.
The jug is pretty big. Hi, would love to see you arm wrestle. Now, that shit hurts, dude. I ain't fucking arm wrestling. That shit's fucking painful. I'm not. I don't understand the line of force this way. I do force this way. I don't understand how you create force like that. Let's see.
Do they only build one arm?
No, they do both.
Okay.
It's just usually most athletes.
One ends up bigger.
One ends up being more dominant and a little bit bigger. Like you look at, I'm a big Devin Larratt fan. When he does his shit like this, his right arm is clearly, or his left. I don't know what.
Like whichever one
one is more dominant. One is bigger. You can even see mine. Like my right's bigger than my left a little bit.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Alice is on. Freaking Amber. Amber's is on here.
Alice. That's weird.
Amber Alice.
I know.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
He said you would be good at it. I don't think I would be. I think I would suck at it. I'm just not.
I don't know if your shoulders would be.
I'm built for one thing, and that's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Cool. I know with some powerlifters, there's money in that fucking shit. Are you fucking serious? Except powerlifting. So a lot of guys, like Sean Latimer is a good example. He left. He was one of the most dominant benchers of the early 2000s, and he left and he arm wrestles now because there's money in it. There's money in everything else except for powerlifting. It seems, unless you're in rare circumstances where, like, obviously, you know, with like money meets and like, you know, the WPO payout,
big invitationals and stuff.
But then you have to be the absolute best of the best of the best of the best to get invited, which I have been these past couple of years, but it took me near of 2 decades to get to that point at the same time, you know. So let's see what we got here. Got an hour. All right. Any last minute questions before I wrap up? I don't want to take up everybody. I know it's a holiday tomorrow, so I don't think anybody's trying to get up super early to go to.
Ask about the Sunday versus Monday thing?
Not yet. Let me ask real quick poll. I just want to get a general feeling for it. We're wondering if y'all would rather me come on here Sunday nights at 8:00 or Monday nights around probably the same time, 8:00. So if you would rather see Mondays as opposed to Sundays, please let me know so I get a general idea of what you guys think. Because I like Sundays, but maybe some people don't want to have to listen to me. Although if you tune in Sunday or Monday, you're going to have to get up for work or whatever the next day anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just like Sundays, you lift all day, but Monday we're off from the gym, and it's just like a work day kind of. So I thought maybe Monday would be better.
I've got my first one already. Sunday already.
Okay. Sunday
is great. Sunday is cool. Sunday is at 8 p.m. Okay.
All right, so we'll keep it.
Well, sounds like Sunday's the way. I got 4 Sundays in a row already.
Sunday.
Amber says almost Arnold time. Fuck yeah. And she says Sundays helps with the Sunday scaries.
Don't be scared. You love your job.
You do. You're good at your job and you like it. Anna says Sunday. Everybody says Sunday. Yeah. So okay. That lemon lime Kool-Aid says Sunday.
You know what? We're gonna do on Monday just because.
And then Sunday fun day. Don Stiegel says, okay, that's it. Sundays it is. Just wanted to make sure. Because if y'all would prefer something else, I would definitely accommodate and do that for you. So, Amber, did you try the laptop with the TV with the USB port yet? I forgot to text and ask you about that. I'm not sure. Well, she's on here now. Yeah. Let's see. I will stop by the booth of the Arnold. Take it easy, man. I'm out. Cool. I'll see you at the Arnold. Absolutely. Like I said, I'll be there all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then part of Sunday. I got to compete at noon, and then I'll be back in the booth after that. Not yet. Tuesday is the day. Cool. Tuesday is the day. Fantastic. I hope that fucking works. It worked on our laptop. It did work on our laptop. Sunday. Fantastic. Cool. Sunday it is. Took it from the phone, put it in the computer. It popped up. So I do think it's going to have to be laptop, probably under the table, HDMI cord to the TV, and then power cord for the laptop and the TV. Plugged in the floor, because Kevin did pay for electricity for the booth. So I think that's going to have to be the way it is. Let's see. What's up, Cam? Cam's on here. What's the best squat accessory work? Oh, dude, I'm not the right person to ask. I'm still trying to reacclimate and just learn to getting back to squats. I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the accessories. I'm doing reverse hyper, belt squat RDLs, ultra wide sumo RDLs, SSB box squats, Mars bar free squat. I'm doing everything. I can't narrow it down because I'm not a full power expert. Amber's a good person to ask that question if she wants to put her thoughts on what the best squat accessory work. Forearm training on your bench day, is that great? Usually my forearms are too fucked after heavy benching to do any kind of forearm work, so I generally don't do any on my bench days, no. Belt squat RDL using a belt around waist. Yes. Yep. So you just put the belt around your waist. Sometimes we hold a barbell as well in our hands, but sometimes we don't. Keep the legs stiff. Just push the ass back, get a stretch on the hamstrings, and then push your hips forward. It's actually pretty fucking rad. Let's see. Cool. I'm caught up again. The T-Bay Deadlift King. Kolba's the GOAT of bench. Well, I don't make any claims, but I appreciate that. At least on the equip side of the sport, right? What's a few max effort bench accessories? I really like doing reverse grip on like everything. Reverse grip boards, reverse grip slinger, reverse grip floor press. I also like doing slinger style, like equipped floor press, equipped boards, equipped lockouts, stuff like that. Things that are going to mimic my equipped bench. That's what I like to do. Cool. We'll try this week, Coach Bob. Absolutely. Hope that works. It's actually pretty fucking rad. You have no choice but to push your hips through using your ass and hamstrings like that. That's what I've been using to help rewire my thinking on how to squat with like that wide stance and not fire from the quads. Trying to become posterior chain dominant is by doing those RDLs on the belt squats. Actually pretty cool. Again, we do them without a barbell in our hands. Sometimes we put a bar in the hand. So we'll put the belt on. It's like a rack pull almost, but I'll pick the bar up, and then once the belt becomes tense, then I'll belt squat it right. They'll pull the arms, and I'll perform RDLs with a bar in my hands to mimic an actual RDL with the belt squat on as well. It's fucking really rad. It's really cool. And if anybody's interested, again, I know I've got some members on YouTube. I've got some patrons here in Patreon. All of this training I am speaking of, the benching, the warm-ups, the competitions, the shirted work, the full power work. I haven't put it up tonight yet. I still have to put up tonight's Patreon. Everything is on Patreon. It's $10 a month. You can see everything I do on Patreon from start to finish, every set of every rep of every movement I do 5 days a week. I've had people in there for 3 years. I've had people in there for a couple of weeks. Just today, I reached my all-time highest number of members at 84, which is just fucking immaculate. I can't believe I got that high. So I really appreciate everybody's support. And I think I have 6 members here on YouTube as well. I think the membership here on YouTube is exactly the same. It's like $10 or some shit like that. What do you think about the suicide grip? Absolutely don't fucking do it. For some reason, I just feel like I can get more power out of that. I mean, I've seen people do it successfully. My buddy Jeff Pescick, he's since passed, but Jeff Pescick and Shane Klein were training partners at Iron Chamber Gym up in Canton, Ohio, and he did false grip on everything, raw, equipped, competition. I just think it's. I've dropped a bar in my chest from full lockout. It was 405, and I cracked 2 ribs. Right, and I wasn't using a false grip. I wasn't wearing wrist straps. My wrist was able to move, and it just came out of my hand. Fractured my thumb. Fractured 2 ribs on my chest right here. So the thought of doing more weight than that with a false grip and it slipping out of my hands, just I'm not about that life. But if you get success out of it, don't listen to me. That sounds terrible. I was in the Marines still. I was in the Marine Corps. I was about 2 years deep, and I was still forced to like PT and stuff. And they were fucking pissed. They were pissed that I got hurt, and I damaged all the soft tissue in here, so I had like less lung capacity because it was all constricted. And yeah, they really liked me after that. They were fucking furious that I hurt myself. William Lee over here says less power in the false grip. And William Lee himself is an 800+ pound bench presser. Yeah, there's nothing you can do with the ribs. Yeah, I couldn't get out of bed by myself for 6 months. Katie had to literally, like, as like an old man, pick me up out of bed, sit me up so I could get up, and then lay me back down like a fucking child because I couldn't use my abs. Everything was pulverized. Again, 2 fractures here. Fractured thumb, pulverized my soft tissue, had an EKG, had an MRI, X-ray, all that shit done at the hospital that night. It was fucking terrible. 8 months of just I sneezed once, like days after it happened, and I thought I was going to fucking pass out from the pain. So for the next 6 months or so, I would my body would stop. It would not let it stopped itself from sneezing because of how much pain that was. That was fucking wild. I didn't sneeze for 6 fucking months. It was bad. Crazy. It was crazy. It was fucking dumb. Do you think the black hair will add 50 pounds to your bench? Well, 50 pounds is 1,400. So yeah, I got the black mohawk now. So 50 pounds is 1,400 pounds. So maybe. I hope so. Love the Table Talk podcast you did with Dave Tate. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. It was a good time. I enjoyed myself. We enjoyed ourselves. And my chest hurts hearing this, William says. Yeah, it sucked a number of different things. It was bad. That was probably my worst injury I've ever had in the entire 18 years I've been lifting weights. It was just a freak accident thing. It was just dumb. It just the weight slipped right out of my fucking hands at full lockout. The bar at 405 came down to my chest, bounced, and came back down a second time. Just the force, the sound of a free falling barbell is just fucking nightmare fuel. And the force of a free falling 405 barbell was like getting hit by a fucking car. My wind was knocked out of me seemingly for minutes. I couldn't take a breath for so goddamn long. Oh boy, that was a nightmare. And the cats are going outside. So. Okay. Reggie Bush is on here. Reggie Bush is on here. What's up? No spotters. Katie was spotting me, but the bench, the gym I was at, the piece of shit gym here in Virginia that I was at called the Shop. They had a bench there, like a West Side bench that has the 4 pillars and safeties. It had no safeties on it. They didn't exist. They had that bench with no safeties on it. But everybody in that gym is a USAPL affiliated lifters. Like they all bench like 200 pounds. So like there was no need for like high safety measures. I'm being facetious, but I really don't like that gym. Bad experiences there. Toxic owners. Terrible owners. Hi, Jimmy. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Martinez, how is your preparation for the Last Man Standing coming up? It's good. God damn it. It's good. It's finalized. I'm good. I don't need to do anything else. I might actually train like really heavy next Saturday just to like train. I wasn't going to train heavy this entire month, but I fucking want to. So most weight you have ever had in your hands in any bench variation. I did a 1463. I was trying to touch a 1 board. I had an oh shit moment and pressed I didn't touch. I was like that far from the board. 1463 is the most weight I've had in my hands in any situation ever. That was straight weight. That wasn't like a reverse band thing. That was straight 1,463 pounds. Yeah, the dog, my wife, and 2 cats are all outside right now. Yep. Oh, there they come. Oh boy. Come on. Go on. Get. Go. Stay. Stay.
Peeps is out.
She's having an adventure. That's okay.
She's just hiding behind those spikes.
Okay. All right, guys. Cool. Both cats are female, and then the dog is a male. Cool, guys. Hey, I don't want you to waste your entire Sunday night with me. I say that every single week because I think it's kind of funny. But I do want to. We've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. Katie needs the computer to do some work, get some orders out, and I think we've had a good night. Thank you for the engagement. I will try to be on here next Sunday because we are going to be in Ohio, and the Wi-Fi situation at my mother's house is a little hit or miss, not as consistent as being here at our apartment in Virginia. So I will announce anything. I'll try to make it known if we're coming on here or not. Look for me about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely the Sunday of the Arnold, I will not be on here because we will be at the Arnold. So
yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, please have a good rest of your Sunday night. Have a good week, a strong start to your week. Lift a lot of heavy weight for me, and then we will see you hopefully next week. If not, a couple of weeks. All right? All right, thanks, guys.
Really?